environmentally sensitive maintenance for the dirt, gravel, and low-volume roads from 8 to 12 p.m. on March 15th and March 16th online. This is a mandatory training for all who wish to apply for a DGLBR grant within the next 5 years. I'd like to make a motion to approve.
I'll second that motion for 3 road crews and Terry to attend the online environmental sensitive meeting.
Asking second, any deliberation?
Is that online in here?
Yep. Yep, we'll be in the office.
That's on.
Mr. Trask?
Yes.
Mr. Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Eskin?
Yes.
Ms. Dupree?
Yes.
Ms. Dare?
Yes. Item 12, approve tonight M. O'Haron's payment application number 5. This payment amounts to $15,328.60 and is the release of retainage held on the Overlook Sewer Project. So, I know, do we have on the, let me see, yes, we have discussed Overlook Maintenance, etc. on number 10. I think, Rick, you put that on the agenda, so I don't know, do you have any comments on this bill payout, or do you want to wait?
I want to deny it. I can give you reasons and deliberations. I don't know how you want to handle it.
Well, if you want to make a motion, please.
I make a motion to deny the payment.
Okay. This would be procedurally out of order, but I would feel more comfortable before I seconded that to know why. I know that's a little out of order, but does any supervisor have a second for Mr. Watson, or do they want to hear why?
Yeah, I'm going to hear it. I took the Bible for him.
Just second. Discussion.
Okay, I'll second.
Okay, Supervisor Watson, motion to deny the M. O'Hearn's payment app, number 5. Supervisor Track seconded. Deliberation, please.
Apparently last week we had another grinder pump failure on the Overlook sewer system. Neither the road crew or the office had any information what to do or who to call. Harshman CE Group needs to provide the office the following: as-built drawings of completed work of in-ground installation, not just bid drawings, full size. We should have an operation and a warranty manual showing make, model, vendor with contact names and phone numbers. We should also have a procedure how to test the pump operation, the electric connections, the voltage and amperage draw, how to change out the grinder pump in the event we can't get somebody. Warranty, contact names, phone numbers, more than one contractor who is serving the grinder pumper, and warranty dates, start date and end date. My concerns are, right now, nobody knows if the bad pump was sent out for repairs. Nobody knows if we have a backup pump. Union Township does not know why 2 pump failures had since 11/21/21. Is it a power surge? Is it the wrong size wire? Is the pump overworking? Wrong size pump? The contractor should write up the failure cause of each one. We should also have a backup plan and failure procedure. We should have a local contractor on hand, be able to call immediately. We should also train our road crew. Although I asked the road crew if they could handle the pump, they don't know how heavy it is, they don't know what it's about. Because of that, I'm requesting that the pay application be held. Also, as a treasurer, I cannot follow the pay applications as requested. I cannot reconcile, here's a payment and it's okay. I'm not saying I don't trust them. I need an AIA spreadsheet that shows the contract, payment 1, payment 2, change order 1, change order 2, it tracks the retainage. I'm being questioned on a lot of stuff, and I either need the future contracts changed, or we got to do something with approving bills, just getting a contractor bill. I'm also requesting the bond. I see we got a memo, we have a bond. I have this memo. It says maintenance bond. It says 2 years from 11/01 2021. I guess that's okay. The 2 years extends it that. I have never been able to buy a 2-year bond. I always had to buy 1 year and renew it. We need Harshman to clarify that with the girls in the office. We have to get it renewed and how much. And because of that, I say that O'Haron should not get paid. We should get this information in the office immediately.
I think that's reasonable. Sean, on some of these items, do you think you could help facilitate as the transfer goes out of the warranty phase on Overlook? Such a big project. We're excited to get everybody online there, but we do have several grinder pumps that we'll be having to manage going forward. Do you think we could get some of those items that Rick mentioned, including the as-built, in our possession? And then I think it would be a good idea if we could put on the agenda for next meeting to discuss contractors or some type of a maintenance agreement with local contractors on the pumps.
I agree. I mean, if O'Hara busy somewhere else, and we got customers that the pump's out of order. I mean, I myself, I don't think it's a big deal if they're trained. They're going to be the right electrical disconnect. We should have a backup, whether it's another contractor or us.
What's the date, Sean, that we're done with O'Haron, or have we passed that?
It's all the construction's done. Their
Right,
maintenance period is a 2-year period from November 1st, 2021. So that would be November 1st, 2023.
Okay, so.
But
yes.
yeah, I could get all that information. We could do this at the next meeting. I'll have it all by then. A lot of that information you do have, and even Albert, he has a set of as-built in case he needs to go out there and won't call anything. But I'll be sure to, get everything together in a packet for you guys.
Would it be okay if we have some, do you think, Terry, if the board's okay, could Terry help facilitate this with Sean as far as getting that information? If it seems like it's in different places, just getting it in one place.
Sure thing.
If you have a source system, we should have a manual. The girls in the road crew should be able to handle this without any problem. And if O'Haron can't get there, we should have a backup.
So just to clear for me, if we have a failure on a pump, are we covered until the bond expires, or?
It's going to depend why the pump failed.
Okay.
If it's something that the plumber who hooked it up to the house had the issue with, it's going to be up to you guys whether you want to cover it or not. But that's really the homeowner's situation at that point. I believe this is the first grinder pump that failed. There was an issue, but it wasn't with the grinder pump. It was a backflow preventer that M. O'Haron had fixed previously. From what I've heard, there was an issue with the electrical connection, the quick connect. There's water inside of it. But yeah, once we have more information on why the pump failed, what was wrong with it, we'll get that to you guys as well as everything else you requested. That's not a problem.
I just think with 2 quick failures with that, I think every one of them grinder pumps should be looked at. The connections and what they're doing right. It's too much problems too quick. They're new.
Sure thing. And like we said in our payment recommendation, this is a release of retainage. It was all withheld on previous payment applications. This isn't so much a new payment. It's just the retainage that was withheld previously. Getting this sorted out is just another step that I need in order to get the Penvest fully closed out until I can show Penvest that they've been paid. Getting the $15,000 disbursement from them is kind of at a standstill as well. But yeah, not a problem. All that information be able to get to you as well as ideas. I think this is a discussion that's needed to happen for a while. What is the plan when the maintenance period ends? You have a source system now. You need to have a plan to fix what goes wrong, especially with grinder pumps. And yeah, if M. O'Haron is busy, within these 2 years, having a plan in place sooner than later is a good idea. If there's an issue and it's on M. O'Haron, they say, hey, we're busy, we can't deal with it. You guys could put that plan into action, send someone out there, get it fixed, send M. O'Haron the bill. If they don't want to pay it, there's a maintenance bond, and we can call them up. So
You said 2 years from 2021.
November.
So we're good till November 2020.
Sure.
Sorry. Carry on.
And it may be that, Mr. Lawson didn't get it in his packet, but I did get in mine, like a drawing of where all they're at, and the bonds, and the maintenance bonds, and the insurance, and the, so he might not have bought. Oh, okay.
My ears and eyes are bad.
So, from my understanding, there's really nothing, that we're waiting on M. O'Haron. We have all the as-bills, we have everything here.
If this would have happened earlier, I would have recommended, let's hold on to it until we have the spare pump replaced. That was part of, when they needed to replace the backflow preventer, that was part of their punch list. Hey, we need to get this backflow preventer returned to our spare grinder pump. They did return that. This kind of happened a day after I put the letter together, so that's why I referenced it in the letter. We are missing a spare grinder pump at the moment, so I think it's fair either way. If they never replace that spare grinder pump, we have the maintenance bond, we can get it, but I don't think there's a problem waiting
This
a little bit
office know
longer.
where to
or
go buy
doing
a
it now.
grinder pump tomorrow, the other one in the back?
Sorry, what was that?
Would this office know where to go buy another new grinder pump if John Doe calls and says they're down?
I don't
Why I'm
believe
saying,
so.
all this should be in that manual. We should have an operation manual.
Yeah, and I don't mind putting some stuff together for you guys. That's perfectly
I
fine.
really think the contractor, don't you have a bid spec? Aren't they supposed to supply us with an as-built, full size and operation and warranty? They should put that together, especially if they want their last retainage.
I'll take a look at the bid specs, see what all, and the contract documents, see what they're required, if there's something missing. Yeah, we have the as-built, so you had a surveyor go out there and pick up all the information, but, yeah, I'll double check all that and get as much information to you as needed so the township can, move forward if any emergency situations pop up.
Before we go any further, one last statement. If the board's okay, before we ask Sean to do too much legwork on manuals and such, would it behoove the board that Sean just checks with M. O'Hearn, says, do you have any kind of specs laid out for our staff and our road crew gentlemen to follow suit in an emergency or a failure? And if not, then I think we should use township resources, our staff here, to see if we could find something to put together before we send Sean on that. That might be time wasted, not wasted, but money spent. And I mean, do you think that's something our
I
staff?
think it's time and money wasted. Contractor did a job. If I did that, I would be providing as-built, manuals, how to do it, what to do.
So you think it's definitely something M. O'Haron should give to us?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's contractor procedure.
So if it's not something they would or give to us, can we put it back on the agenda before Sean, before you go and do anything? We don't want, I mean, I think we could probably look at some other avenue before you're in so many different areas, doing so many different things. I would hate to have Sean start on a whole new procedure there. That's a whole new job.
Sure, I won't do anything that's, too far above and beyond as far as putting procedures together. At that point, I'll let you know, this is lacking, it's something that needs done, and
If
we can talk about it at that
doesn't
point.
have it for us.
Sure.
Okay, perfect. If the board's okay with that.
I still think the contractor should do it all. He had to supply the pump, hook them up, do everything. He should supply an operation manual, he should supply the brand, the model, all the stuff. I mean, that's just, when he buys this stuff, he gets it. All he has to do is pass it on to us.
So we'll just check back at the next meeting to see if and when he can get that to us. And if not, we have to go to Plan B.
Yeah, I suppose a lot of that information we have on our system anyways during, the shop submittal phase and everything anyways, so, just a matter of digging around for me and, getting that information passed on to you guys, so.
And take back the AIA payment plan to Jamie. I've already talked to him about it. I just can't verify a payment, and I know you looked at it, if I don't have all the other payments, and I've got so much paperwork, it gets ahead of it. I'm not on here full time. It's hard for me as a treasurer to say that, whereas an AIA, You have it all in front of you from beginning to end.
Makes sense. Any other deliberation? Okay, roll call please.
Is it,
We motioned, it was
Yeah,
a
he
motion.
motioned to deny it.
Yes, and
Chucky.
Trax seconded it, and then we entered into deliberation.
Mr. Trax,
Yes.
Ms. Dare,
Yes.
Mr. Lawson,
Yes.